I I visited Ramesh with the intention of going to one satsang in Mumbai. I organized a stopover on my way from Australia to Europe, um, just long enough to attend one satsang. And the reason I was keen to attend the satsang is that I had found out, as a result of a search online, that Ramesh was a translator for Nisargadatta Maharaj, and my respect and immersion in Nisargadatta's teaching was such that when I found that out, I just wanted to pay my respects really to Nisargadatta, and Ramesh seemed like the ideal conduit for me to do that. Little did I know that, and I didn't know Ramesh's teaching, I just knew Nisargadatta's teaching as it had impacted me. Little did I know that Ramesh was going to become my guru. He was the first teacher that I had engaged with as a teacher in person. Before that, I had come across non-dual teachings in written form. And so my one day, through grace or destiny, turned out to be a 10-day visit because after I landed, there was torrential downpour and Mumbai flooded and the airport was closed for 9 days. And so my one day visit turned into a 10-day extravaganza of daily satsang, where many arrows hit my heart and revealed what was to be the next stage of my journey, which was the integrating of the sort of the non-dual realizations that had um, sort of become fairly stabilized in my life over the previous 4 or 5 years of the spiritual seeking. And then I got to Ramesh, and in essence, after an exchange that we were having, he said, "So after I was expounding on the all there is consciousness aspect, he said, so who's speaking with whom?" And I said, "Well, you could say consciousness is speaking to consciousness, and then consciousness listens to consciousness." And he said, "Roger, don't be ridiculous. Roger is speaking with Ramesh, and Ramesh listens, and then Ramesh speaks, and Roger listens." And I was sort of taken aback because my experience of life was from this perspective of all there is consciousness. And ironically, um, that too is part of Ramesh's overall teaching. However, I think he picked up, um, because of as a result of our exchange, that something needed to be brought back down to earth and integrated into daily living. And so it took me a while to be able to reconcile and accept what he said, because in fact, my initial response was, "Oh, this is kindergarten spirituality." Um, and it, he's talking about something that's a big regression from where I am, and how wrong I was, because it in fact turned out to be what was needed in order for the realization and the peace that had set in to become stabilized and continuous. He was very focused on the practical aspect. So if he was asked, "What will I have after enlightenment that I didn't have before?" He said the answer to him is very simple and practical. He said, after enlightenment, the belief in personal doership and attachment to outcome will have fallen away. And so there will still be the person, but no longer with the belief in personal doership and attachment to outcome. So after enlightenment, there will be peace of mind. Enlightenment to him wasn't bliss or oneness experience. Um, he said we would live our life more or less as we did before in practical terms, attending to whatever circumstance we find ourselves in. Um, However, without the load of guilt and blame and pride, worry and expectation. So without this load that we've been carrying around for our whole life, and that load gets released when the belief in personal doership and attachment is seen to be illusory and a misperception of who we are and what life is. Um, and because his focus was on this very practical aspect, and he wasn't focusing on meditation, wasn't focusing on being the formless awareness, his energy reflected that. Um, Now, I have to say that whenever I went into satsang, I felt a palpable um, peace. And that was my sign that this was my teacher.